Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to face your deepest fears and step boldly into action, as if the weight of hesitation simply melted away? Imagine your fears as a dense, tangled forest, its shadows lurking with doubt and its paths obscured by uncertainty, a wild expanse where every rustle of leaves whispers of what might go wrong. Yet with the right tools, you can clear a path, stride through with courage as your guide, and transform that wilderness into an open field where you can breathe freely and move with purpose. Welcome to Aristo Soul, where we're turning to Aristotle's timeless wisdom to help you overcome fear and act with bravery in every corner of your life. This video, 5 Ways to Overcome Fear and Act with Courage, Aristo Soul, is about transforming that daunting forest into a landscape of possibility, drawing from the philosopher's insights over 2,300 years ago to light your way with a steady, guiding flame. Fear can hold us back from our potential, chaining us to the edge of that forest, but Aristotle believed courage was the key to unlocking a life of virtue and fulfillment, a beacon that calls us forward. We're going to explore 5 powerful ways to make that happen, each one a different tool to cut through the undergrowth of anxiety and step into action with a heart full of resolve. These methods will not only help you navigate your fears, but also build a resilience that echoes through your days, turning every challenge into a chance to grow. And here's the promise: stick with me until the end, because the 5th way is the most important, the one that will tie it all together and set your courage ablaze like never before, illuminating your path with a brilliance that lasts. So find a cozy spot, maybe with a cup of tea in hand, take a moment to feel the ground beneath you, and let's venture into this forest together, ready to conquer fear step by step, with open hearts and steady hands. Let's start with the first way to overcome fear, embracing vulnerability as the gateway to courage. Fear often keeps us locked in a shell, convincing us that hiding our true selves or avoiding risks will keep us safe. But this only deepens the forest shadows, making the trees grow thicker with every unspoken worry. This isn't about building confidence through virtues, as we've explored before, but about opening up to vulnerability as a bold first step toward bravery, a fresh perspective on facing fear that invites the light of connection. Vulnerability means letting go of the armor we wear, admitting we're scared, unsure, or imperfect. And that act itself becomes the spark of courage, a quiet flame that begins to burn away the darkness. Aristotle saw this as part of living virtuously, where facing our humanity with honesty is the beginning of growth, a foundation for all other brave deeds. He said, to run away from trouble is a form of cowardice, but to face it with open eyes is the beginning of virtue, from the Nicomachean Ethics, Book 3, suggesting that acknowledging fear is the first brave step toward overcoming it, a truth that resonates through the ages. It's like taking a machete to the thickest vines in your forest, clearing a small space where courage can take root and grow, a space where the air feels fresher and the path ahead seems less daunting. How do you embrace vulnerability to start this journey? First, identify one fear you've been hiding each week. Maybe it's confessing a mistake at work, sharing a personal dream with someone close, or admitting you need help with a task. And write it down in a quiet moment, like I'm afraid to fail publicly, letting the words sit with you as you breathe deeply. Next, share it with someone safe within 48 hours. Tell a trusted friend, partner, or family member, saying something like, "I'm scared of this, can you listen?" To break the silence, doing this once weekly with a gentle smile to ease the tension. Then reflect on the response daily for a week. Spend 5 minutes noting how it felt, like they supported me and I felt lighter, or their kindness eased my nerves, to process your emotions and build trust in yourself and others. After that, take a small risk based on that vulnerability. Apologize for the mistake. Pitch your dream to a loved one or ask for assistance, and do it within a few days, tracking the outcome in a journal with a brief note on your heartbeat's rhythm. Next, create a vulnerability ritual. Each time you open up, light a candle or place a leaf in a bowl as a symbol of your courage, looking at it weekly to remind yourself of your growth, perhaps adding a moment of silence to honor your bravery. Then celebrate your openness. Once a month, reward yourself with a treat, like a favorite meal shared with someone or a walk under the open sky to honor your bravery and being seen and felt. Finally, expand your circle. Share with a new person each quarter, like a colleague or acquaintance, to widen your comfort zone and deepen your courage over time, noting how each connection changes the forest's landscape. This approach carves a new path through fear, distinct from past focuses on mental clarity or virtuous action. He opened up to a co-worker, admitting his nerves with a shaky voice, and found unexpected support, which emboldened him to ask for guidance and eventually lead projects with confidence. He shared with me how this shift turned his fear into a bridge, and Liam's story showed me that vulnerability is the first cut into the forest of fear, a lesson I've carried into my own life when I've had to admit uncertainties like seeking advice during a career shift, feeling the weight lift with each confession. Next, let's explore reframing fear as a friend to unlock your courage. Fear can feel like an enemy, a dark shadow that paralyzes us with its cold grip. But what if we saw it as a companion, a guide whispering lessons of growth, rather than holding us back with its heavy hand? This isn't about facing fears head-on as with courage before, but about shifting your mindset to see fear as a signal, a different angle on overcoming it that turns the forest's threats into allies. By reframing fear, you transform the dense trees of your forest into signposts pointing you toward opportunity, each one a marker of where you can stretch and thrive. Aristotle believed in using reason to master our emotions, turning challenges into lessons that shape our soul. He said, "The courageous man is not he who feels no fear, but he who conquers fear by reason," from the Nicomachean Ethics, Book 3, indicating that understanding fear can fuel brave action rather than hinder it, a philosophy that invites us to listen rather than flee. It's like turning the forest shadows into a map, showing you where to go with every twist and turn, a guide drawn by your own hand. First, notice fear when it arises each day. Pause for 30 seconds when you feel it, like before a big call or a new task. And name it, such as fear of rejection or fear of change, to make it tangible, letting the name sit in your mind like a friend's voice. Next, ask it a question within a minute. Say to yourself, "What are you teaching me?" or "What opportunity is here?" Writing the answer down, like, "This is a chance to grow," doing this daily for a week, to build a dialogue with your fear. Then act on that insight. Take one small step based on the lesson, like making the call or starting the task, within 24 hours, and note the result, like I felt stronger after trying for a week, savoring the moment of connection. After that, create a fear journal. Spend 10 minutes weekly recording these moments, reflecting on patterns like fear often means I'm stretching myself, or it shows me where I care, to see its role over time and deepen your friendship. Next, share your reframing. Once a month, tell a friend about a fear you've turned into a friend, like I saw my nervousness as a push to prepare, to solidify your perspective through conversation and gain their perspective. Then visualize success. Spend 3 minutes nightly imagining overcoming that fear, picturing a confident you with details like a warm smile or steady hands to reinforce the shift. Doing this for a month to strengthen the bond. Finally, reward your progress. Once a quarter, celebrate with something meaningful, like a new book to read by a window or a hike through nature, noting how reframing has built your courage in your journal with a sense of gratitude. This mindset shift offers a unique way to navigate fear, distinct from past vulnerability exercises. A friend, Aisha, faced this when she feared public speaking for a community event. She paused, asked what it taught her, it's pushing me to improve, and practiced daily, turning her fear into a motivator that led to a standing ovation. She told me how seeing fear as a friend changed her approach, and Aisha's journey taught me that reframing can light a path through the forest, a practice I've used when I felt nervous about meeting new people, asking myself, what growth lies ahead with each handshake? Now let's dive into building resilience through small, consistent actions to conquer fear. Fear can feel like an impenetrable thicket, its branches clawing at your resolve. But breaking it down with steady steps turns it into manageable underbrush you can clear over time. This isn't about reframing fear as before, but about creating a rhythm of action that builds courage through repetition, a new approach to overcoming it that roots you in the present. Resilience means facing fear not with a single leap, but with a series of small, brave moves that gradually thin out the forest, grounding you physically and mentally as you go step by steady step. Aristotle emphasized the power of habit in shaping virtue, where consistent effort shapes our character and turns fear into a familiar foe. He said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit, from the Nicomachean Ethics, Book 2, suggesting that courage grows through repeated practice, not just one heroic moment, a truth that builds with every breath. It's like chipping away at the forest with a steady hand, creating a clear trail with each swing, while planting your feet firmly on the earth to feel its support, a dance of action and grounding. How do you build resilience to overcome fear? First, pick one fear to tackle each week. Maybe it's approaching a stranger, trying a new recipe, or asking a question in a group, and write it down like fear of awkwardness to focus your effort, standing still for a moment to ground yourself with a deep breath that fills your chest. Next, set a tiny action plan. Commit to one small step daily, like saying hello, chopping one vegetable, or raising your hand once for 7 days, keeping it simple and pairing it with a 30-second stretch to anchor your body and release your shoulders. Then, track your progress daily. Spend 2 minutes noting each action and how it felt. Like I smiled and my feet felt steady, adding a quick shake of your hands to release tension, building a record of success over the week with a sense of rhythm. After that, increase the challenge weekly. Add a slightly bigger step, like starting a conversation or cooking a full dish, and do it for another 7 days, incorporating a minute of deep breathing before each step to center yourself and feel the earth's pull. Next, create a resilience marker. Each time you act, add a dot or sticker to a calendar, watching your trail grow over a month, and touch a smooth stone in your pocket to feel grounded as you do it, letting its coolness calm your nerves. Then reflect weekly. Spend 10 minutes each Sunday reviewing your actions, writing about how they've thinned your fear, like I'm less scared to talk now, while standing and stretching to release any lingering anxiety, feeling your body align with your mind. After that, seek encouragement. Once a month, share your progress with a friend, like I've talked to 3 new people, asking for their support, and end with a firm handshake to solidify the connection and share the warmth. Finally, celebrate milestones. Once a quarter, mark a significant step, like cooking a meal for others with a reward like a movie night, adding a walk afterward to feel the earth under your feet, noting how resilience has built your courage in your journal with a smile of pride. This action-based resilience, enhanced with physical grounding, offers a distinct path through fear, separate from past mindset shifts. A friend, Omar, used this when he feared driving on highways. He started with short trips, tracked each drive with a stretch, increased distances weekly with deep breaths, and marked his calendar with stars while holding a stone, feeling its weight in his palm. Soon he was cruising confidently, sharing his pride with me over a call, his voice steady with joy. Omar's steady progress, rooted in physical presence, taught me that resilience carves a trail through the forest, a lesson I've applied when building my own courage to face long journeys, feeling the ground beneath me with every step forward. And here we are. If you're enjoying this journey so far, please hit that like button and subscribe. It means the world to me to keep bringing you these lessons, and I'd love to have you along for more. Let's keep going. Let's dive into preparing your mind with visualization to face fear head-on. Fear can loom like a dense canopy overhead, blocking your view with its heavy leaves, but visualizing success can part those branches, letting light shine through to guide your courage and warm your spirit. This isn't about building resilience through action as before, but about mentally preparing yourself to act bravely, a new tool for overcoming fear that lifts your imagination above the trees. Visualization trains your mind to see beyond the forest's shadows, creating a mental map of triumph that makes action feel not just possible, but inevitable, a canvas painted with your own bravery. Aristotle valued the imagination as a tool for reasoning, where picturing the good can lead to virtuous action and a heart full of resolve. He said, "The soul never thinks without a mental image," from De Anima, Book 3, suggesting that envisioning success can pave the way for courageous deeds, turning fear into a challenge you're ready to meet with open arms. It's like holding a lantern aloft, illuminating the path before you step onto it, its glow reflecting off every leaf and root. How do you use visualization to conquer fear? First, identify one feared situation each week. Maybe it's a job interview, a public speech, or a tough conversation, and write it down, like fear of forgetting my lines, to focus your mind and set the scene in your thoughts. Next, create a vivid scene. Spend 10 minutes daily imagining it going well, picturing yourself speaking confidently, shaking hands, or resolving the talk, adding details like the room's warm light, people's encouraging nods, or the scent of coffee for a week to build a rich picture. Then add sensory cues. Include sounds, like applause or soft murmurs, or feelings, like a firm handshake or a light breeze in your visualization. Practicing this for 5 minutes daily to deepen the experience over a month, letting each sense anchor you. After that, rehearse the action once a week. Mimic the situation, like practicing your speech aloud or role-playing the conversation for 15 minutes, using your visualization as a guide and adjusting your posture to match your imagined confidence. Next, affirm your readiness. After each session, say to yourself 3 times, "I am prepared, I am brave," to reinforce your mindset, doing this daily for a month while standing tall to feel the words in your body. Then, seek feedback. Once a month, ask a friend to watch your rehearsal, like, "How did I look?" to adjust your visualization based on their input, taking their words like a gentle wind to refine your map. Finally, celebrate your mental wins. Once a quarter, mark a visualized success, like nailing the interview, with a reward like a new outfit to wear with pride or a dinner with loved ones, writing how it built your courage in your journal with a sense of accomplishment. Nadia's story is a testament to the power of visualization. She faced her fears head-on and emerged victorious. By applying these techniques, anyone can achieve similar success. A friend, Nadia, used this when she feared a presentation at her art gallery. She visualized the crowd cheering, added the sound of clapping and the feel of the room, rehearsed her talk with a steady stance, and affirmed her readiness, eventually delivering it flawlessly. She shared her relief with me, her eyes bright with memory. And Nadia's success taught me that visualization lights the path through the forest, a practice I've used when preparing for challenging family discussions, picturing their smiles to guide my words. Community support plays a crucial role in our journey. As Aristotle wisely noted, man is by nature a social animal. We thrive in the company of others, drawing strength and encouragement from those around us. Remember, you're never alone on this path. Wow, you've stayed with me this long. Thank you so much for sticking around. It means the world to me that you're here diving deep into Aristotle's wisdom to overcome fear. Before we move to our final, most impactful way, I'd love for you to drop a comment below. Share which of these methods resonates with you the most, or just say hi. It really helps me keep creating these videos for you. Let's move into the last step now. Finally, let's integrate community support to solidify your courage. This is the most important way, the one that binds all your efforts into a powerful force against fear. Fear can isolate us, making the forest feel endless, its trees stretching into a horizon of solitude, but leaning on a community can clear the last of those trees, leaving you standing in an open field of bravery where the sun warms your face. This isn't about visualizing or acting alone as before, but about drawing strength from others, a culminating strategy to overcome fear that turns individual effort into a collective triumph. Community support transforms your courage into a shared power, where encouragement, accountability, and connection light the way, creating a bonfire that drives away the darkest fears with its crackling warmth. Aristotle believed in the social nature of humans, where virtue thrives in community and our best selves emerge through others. He said, "Man is by nature a social animal, and he who lives outside the community is either a beast or a god," from the Politics, Book 1, suggesting that our courage grows strongest when nurtured by those around us, a truth that echoes in every shared laugh or supportive nod. It's like a bonfire built by many hands, its light and warmth driving away the coldest shadows, a fire that grows with every voice added to the circle. How do you integrate community support to conquer fear? First, identify one fear you want to tackle each month. Perhaps it's starting a new fitness routine, joining a club, or confronting a conflict, and write it down. Like fear of not keeping up, to set your focus, letting the words settle as you picture your community's support. Next, find your tribe. Within a week, reach out to 2 or 3 people like friends, family, or a support group asking, "Can you help me with this?" Spending 15 minutes explaining your goal with a hopeful tone, inviting their presence into your journey. Then set a shared plan, agree on regular check-ins, like weekly calls or texts, to discuss progress, committing to at least one check-in per week for a month, scheduling it like a sacred meeting. After that, lean on their encouragement. When fear strikes, ask for a quick pep talk like, "I'm scared to start. Can you motivate me?" Doing this at least twice monthly helps to build momentum, feeling their words lift your spirits. Next, contribute back. Offer support to someone else in your group, like "I'll cheer you on too" once a week, to create a mutual strength over a month, weaving a tapestry of care. Then, celebrate together once a month, mark a milestone like completing a workout or attending a meeting with a group activity like a coffee meetup or a picnic, to share the joy and strengthen your bond under the open sky. After that, reflect as a community. Spend 20 minutes each quarter discussing how support has helped, writing down moments like, "Their words gave me courage," or "We laughed through my nerves," to deepen the bond and see the forest recede. Finally, expand your network. Once a year, invite a new person into your support circle, like a colleague or neighbor, to widen your base of courage, noting the impact in your journal with a sense of gratitude for the growing circle. This community-driven courage offers a unique finale to overcoming fear, distinct from past individual efforts. Personal stories often reveal the true essence of our experiences, weaving together the threads of our shared humanity. They remind us that we're never alone in our journeys, and that with the support of others, we can overcome any challenge. So let's dive into these heartfelt narratives and find the courage within ourselves. I once used this when I feared moving to a new town, reaching out to old friends and a local group, setting weekly calls, and leaning on their encouragement to unpack boxes and explore new streets. Their support turned my fear into excitement, a lesson not tied to videos but to living boldly with others by my side. A friend, Jamal, applied this when he feared starting a community garden. He rallied neighbors for check-ins, shared encouragement, and celebrated the first harvest together with a feast, telling me how their support made him fearless, his garden blooming with their laughter. Jamal's community strength alongside my own taught me that support is the bonfire that clears the forest, a practice I carry forward in facing life's big moves, feeling the warmth of connection with every step. Now let's wrap up this journey with a heartfelt close. Fear can feel like an endless forest, its shadows threatening to trap you in doubt and inaction, its branches whispering tales of what might go wrong. But Aristotle's wisdom offers 5 ways to cut through and emerge with courage, embracing vulnerability with Liam's openness, reframing fear with Aisha's insight, building resilience with Omar's steps, preparing with Nadia's visualization, and integrating community with Jamal's support. Each method has been a different tool to clear your path. Vulnerability's first swing to open the way, reframing's map to guide your steps, resilience's steady cuts to thin the growth, visualization's light to brighten the trail, and community's collective fire to burn away the last shadows, creating a landscape where you can stand tall and act bravely under a wide, welcoming sky. This isn't just ancient philosophy. It's a living guide to transform your life, turning fear into a stepping stone for growth, a bridge to a bolder you. I encourage you to start today. Open up to someone with a steady voice, reframe a fear with a curious mind, take a small step with grounded feet, visualize success with a vivid heart, or lean on a friend with an open hand, and feel the forest part before you, revealing a field of possibility. If this journey has inspired you, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more Aristo Soul videos. We've got a wide, open field of growth ahead, and I can't wait to walk it with you in our next adventure, hand in hand with the courage we've built together.